morning, everyone, online as well as offline. So, online, is my voice is audible to you all? Can you confirm in chat box once? Hello. So, is my voice is audible to you all? Can you confirm in chat box once? Online. So then, thank you for the confirmation. So, offline, clear for all of you? About the screen and all. Okay, done. Now, before going to start, let me ask you one question. What is the purpose of DevOps? Anybody has any idea? Offline as well as online, both you can answer. So online, this session is going to be the interactive session. Whether it is right or wrong, you can answer, no issue. So what is the purpose of DevOps? Development operations. Huh? Okay. So online, what about your answer? So now, let me tell you with simple example. Let me tell you with simple example. Let's say if you are trying to book a mobile, you are trying to book a mobile. So in market we are having mobile. In market we are having two major e-commerce applications, right or not? Two major e-commerce applications, right or not? What are they? So great. Amazon as well as Flipkart, right? Amazon as well as Flipkart. Let's say the mobile cost is going to be the 10,000 rupees. The mobile cost is going to be the 10,000 rupees. So the same cost of mobile, Amazon can deliver within 3 days. Amazon can deliver within 3 days. So the same cost of mobile, whereas in Flipkart can deliver within 10 days. Same mobile with the same cost, Amazon can deliver within 3 days, whereas in Flipkart it can deliver within 10 days. So which one we will choose, sir? Which one we will choose? Online. Which one we will choose? Amazon. Great. Why Amazon? Why Amazon? Fastest delivery. Why Amazon? Fastest delivery. Right. In the same manner, if you want to create an application, if you want to create an application, or if you want to create any software, DevOps is the fastest way. DevOps is the fastest way. Clear for all of you? Why DevOps? And also the purpose of DevOps. So if you want to create any application or if you want to create any software, DevOps is the fastest way. Now, let me tell you. So if you want to create a software or if you want to create an application, we need to follow the life cycle. What we need to follow? We need to follow the SDLC. What we need to follow here? SDLC. Nothing but software development life cycle. Software development life cycle. So we are the humans, right? We are having the human life cycle. In the same manner, for the software also, there is a life cycle called SDLC, nothing but software development life cycle. So in the software development life cycle, majorly we are having two teams. So one was the development team, one was the operational team. One was the development team, one was the operational team. So whatever I have discussed, so let me share the PPT. So totally how many teams I am having here? I am having the two teams. One was the development team, one was the operational team. So the things that are done by the development team, what they will do, sir, first, they are going to do the plan, code, build, as well as test. So operational team, what they will do? Deploy, operate, and then monitor they will do. So totally, how many steps we are having here? We are having the 7 steps. How many steps we are having here? We are having the 7 steps. So now my question is, how to remember this one? How to remember this one? Now, so see here, how many days in a week? How many days in a week? We are having the 7, right? So in the same manner, in the SDLC also, we are having 7 steps. Now, let us discuss one by one. What is mean by plan? What is mean by code, build, as well as test? Also, deploy, operate, as well as monitor. Let us discuss one by one. So the first one is about plan, right? Now, my question is, what is mean by plan? What is mean by plan? So let me tell you with simple example. So let's say if you are trying to construct an building, you are trying to construct an building. So ultimately we should have the plan first, right? So how many stairs we are going to be construct, what type of materials we are going to be use, so how many workers we are going to be implement, what is the budget for your building, what is the timeline for your building. So these all are the plan, right? These all are the plan. So in the same manner, if you want to create an application, if you want to create an application, we should have the plan first. We should have the plan first. So first one is about name of the application. First one is about name of the application. So now let me create the Paytm application. So what we are going to create here? We are going to create the Paytm application. So the first one is about name of the application. So the second one is about how many services we are going to be implement. How many services we are going to be implement. So here services are nothing but recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, bus tickets. How many services we are going to be implement. Next. So how how many developers you are going to be implement? Nothing but the dev team. So how many developers you are going to be implement? So totally I am going to implement 5 developers. I am going to be implement 5 developers. Next, what is the timeline for your application? What is the timeline? So if you want to create, I mean to say you want to create your application within 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. So what is the timeline for your application? Next. So on which technology you want to create your Paytm application? So you are going to use the Java, or you want to go to with the .NET, or you want to go with the Python. So on which technology you want to create your Paytm application? Next. So what type of cloud you are going to use? So in the market, we are having the cloud, right? So we are having the AWS, we are having the Azure, we are having the GCP. So on which cloud you want to implement your Paytm application? So this is all about the plan, guys. This is all about the plan. So now, once the plan is done, once the plan is done, after plan, what we are having? We are having the code. What we are having here? We are having the code. Now, what is meant by code? What is meant by code? Now, so see here, code is nothing but whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. So let's say this is your plan. So after plan, what we are having? We are having the code. Now, whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. Whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. So these developers are going to write the code. These developers are going to write the code according to my requirements. So here, what's my requirement? My requirement is going to be the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. Right. Whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. So these developers are going to write the code according to my requirements. So here, what's my requirement? Recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. So nothing but the code, guys. Nothing but the code. So then next, I want to add one more point. So see here, it was very important. I want to add one more point. So as a as a DevOps engineer, we are not going to write any code. We are not going to write any code. So it's going to be the 100% free of code. 100% free of code. As a DevOps engineer, we are not going to write any code. So it's going to be the 100% free of code. Next. So after code, what we are having here? We are having the build. What we are having here? We are having the build. Now, what is meant by build? What is meant by build? So see here, build. So whatever the development team they have written, let's say they have written the Java code. They have written the Java code. So when we see the Java code, we can able to read it, right? We can able to read it. But the server will not understand the human readable language. It can only understand the binary level language, nothing but the zeros and ones. So other than this, machine can't understand anything. So here, converting the human readable language into the machine understandable language. Converting the human readable language into machine understandable language are called a build. So clear for all of you, online as well as offline. So about these three, we have done with the plan, code, build. So anybody has any doubts over these 3 points, please let me know. So just try to confirm in chat box online. Yes, great. So after build, what we are having? We are having the test. What we are having here? We are having the test. Now, what is meant by test? What is meant by test? So see here, Let's say what we have created, guys. We have created the Paytm. So in that Paytm, what we have created? We have created the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. Right. We have created the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. So once we have created the applications, users are trying to access it. So ultimately, users are trying to access the Paytm application. Let's say he is trying to access the Paytm application, that to bank transaction. He know, right, how much amount was there in his bank account. So let's say totally is having the 20,000 rupees. But when he is trying to access our Paytm application, that to bank transactions, it is showing only 10,000 rupees. It is showing only 10,000 rupees. But actual amount was the 20,000, but it is showing only 10,000 rupees. So this is going to be the bug, right? This is going to be the error, right? So this type of bugs, this type of errors has been resolved in the testing part. Has been resolved in the testing part. But who will do testing? Ultimately, we are having the QA team. Ultimately, we are having the QA team. So nothing but the quality and analysis. So here, testers, testers will do test. Testers will do test. Now, after test, what we are having here? We are having the deploy. What we are having here? We are having the deploy. Now, what is meant by deploy? What is meant by deploy? So see here, deploy is nothing but, let's say this is my code. This is my code, which was 100% test cases passed. 100% test cases passed. So whatever the 100% test cases passed code, placing those code over the server. Let's say this is my server. Whatever the 100% test cases passed code, placing those code over the server are nothing but the deployment. Nothing but the deploy, guys. Whatever the 100% test cases passed code, placing those code over the server are nothing but deployment. So simply we are going to call it as deploy. Simply we are going to call it as deploy. So after deploy, what we are having here? We are having the operate. What we are having? We are having the operate. Now, what is meant by operate? What is meant by operate? Let me tell you with simple example. Let's say this is my server. This is my server. So in this server, I am having my Paytm application. What we are having? We are having the Paytm application. Let's say my server capacity is about 100 members. So what was the server capacity here? 100 members. So once I have deployed my application over the server, so ultimately users are trying to access it. So ultimately users are trying to access it. Let's say once to say here, so my server capacity is about 100, but the users are trying to access my application from the server is about 100 plus members. Is about 100 plus members. So ultimately, at some point of time, my server is going to be down or not. Why? Because my server capacity is about 100, but the users are accessing my application from the server is about 100 plus members. So ultimately, at certain point of time, my server is going to be down. So here, making the availability of 24/7, making the availability of 24/7 my server as well as 24/7 my application or nothing but operate. So once your server was down, so automatically whatever the application inside the server we are having, it is going to be down, right? So here making the availability of 24/7 my server as well as 24/7 my application are nothing but operate or nothing but operate. So then next, so after operate, what we are having here, we are having the monitor. What we are having here, we are having the monitor. Now, what is meant by monitor? What is meant by monitor? So see here, let's say again the same example. This is my server. This is my server. Once I have deployed my application over the server, so ultimately users are trying to access it. Ultimately, users are trying to access it. Let's say once the users are trying to access my application from the server, so automatically the server's utilizations, nothing but CPU as well as RAM. CPU as well as RAM is going to be increased or not. So ultimately CPU as well as RAM of my server is going to be increased. Let's say at certain point of time, it crosses the threshold value. It crosses the mount value. Again, my server is going to be down. Again, my server is going to be down. So here, monitoring the CPU as well as RAM utilizations are nothing but monitor. So monitoring the CPU as well as RAM utilizations are nothing but the monitor. So clear for all of you about this monitor. And also we have done with the 7 steps. So see here, we have done with the plan, code, build as well as test. Also we have done with the deploy, operate and then monitor we have done. Now, anybody has any doubts over these 7 steps?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in the stage of code, so we need to know the programming languages, all the programming languages to understand the code.
No, no, no. Huh? So it is not going to be the necessary.
Okay.
No, no need.
So if the development teams give the code, so we need to understand, right? So what's happening.
Yeah. We need to know about the functionality. So once it
Hmm.
was building, so in this phase, we will get the errors. So according to that, we need to be proceed. So I will
Okay.
guide you about that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Next. So here my question is development team has done their part. So operational team has doing their job well. Now my question is where is the DevOps involvement? Where is the DevOps involvement? So any idea? So see here, let me tell you. So once we have deployed our application over the server, my application has been. So once I have deployed my application over the server, my application has been failed. So once the application has been failed in the server, so ultimately there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. Ultimately, there will be a lot of confusion between these development team as well as operational team. So now, what was the confusion? So once the application has been failed in the server, so the operational team will say to the development team, what they will say? Our application has been failed in the server. Our application contains bugs. Our application contains errors. So these type of reasons, operational team will say to the development team. But development team, what they will say? Whatever the 100%, whatever the 100% test cases passed code we have given to you, you haven't performed operational well. You haven't performed the operational well. So that's the reason our application has been failed. That's the reason our application has been failed. So this was the confusion between development team as well as operational team. So I'm repeating again. So once the application has been failed in the server, so there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. So what was the confusion here? So once the application has been failed, so the operational team will say to the development team, what they will say? So our application has been failed in the server. Our application contains bugs. Our application contains errors. So this type of reasons, so operational team will say to the development team. But development team, what they will say? Whatever the 100% test cases passed code we have given to you, you haven't performed operational well. So that's the reason our application has been failed. That's the reason our application has been failed. So to avoid this confusion, to break this confusion, we are having the DevOps team. What we are having here? We are having the DevOps team. So as we can see here in the DevOps, the first three letters represent Dev. The first three letters represent Dev, nothing but the development team. So the last three letters represent Ops, nothing but the operational team. Nothing but the operational. So this team is going to be involved in the both the teams. So I'm repeating, he is not going to write any code. So they are going to be involved in the development team as well as operational team. So here they can get to know that where our application has been failed. Where our application has been failed. Next. I will guide you guys. So what we are going to face in the real time issues, we are going to be discussed on our upcoming sessions. No issue. So the next, after this, what we are having? We are having the DevOps lifecycle. What we are having here? DevOps lifecycle. So when you see the DevOps logo, so actually this was the logo. So when you see the DevOps logo, so ultimately it is going to be represent one symbol, right? It is going to be represent one symbol. What was that? Anybody has any idea? Exactly. Infinity. What was it? Infinity. So now, again, my question is, what is meant by infinity? What is meant by infinity? Loop. Loop, huh? Okay. So let me tell you, basically infinity is nothing but the never-ending process. What was it? Never-ending process. So let me tell you why DevOps has never-ending process. The future is going to be very high in the DevOps. Let me tell you why DevOps has never-ending. Let's say, let's say, initially what we have created, guys, we have created the paytm, right? So what we have created? We have created the paytm. So in that paytm, what we have created? We have created the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets, right or not? So in the Paytm application, what we have created? We have created the recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. Let's say this is going to be the Paytm application version 1. This is going to be the Paytm application version 1. So to create the Paytm application version 1, what I have done? I have done the plan, I have done the code, I have done the build, I have done the test. Also I have done the deploy, operate, as well as monitor I have done. So there will be another phase called release. There will be another phase called release. So as of now, you can ignore this one. So in upcoming sessions, you will get to know that what is meant by release. So in this phase, it is going to be implement. So in which tool it is going to be done. So everything you can get to know that in the upcoming sessions. So forgot about the release. What I have done, guys, so to create my Paytm application version 1, what I have done? I have done the plan, code, build, as well as test. Also, we have done the deploy, operate, as well as monitor our, monitor. Next. So, after 1 year, after 1 year, the Paytm owner has come up with a new idea. So what he is saying means my application is booming in the world. I want to upgrade from Paytm application version 1 to version 2. So if you are upgrading means, so you need to implement new features. Let's say initially how many services I am having? I am having 5 services: recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets, right? So totally I am having 5 services. So I'm going to upgrade from version 1 to version 2. So in the version 2, totally I'm having 7 services, old 5 to new. Old 5 to new. So regarding to new features, what I need to do again? I need to do the plan. So here my plan was now. So I'm going to implement the DTH. I'm going to implement the metro tickets. So this is my plan. So regarding this plan, I want to write the code. We need to build it. We need to test it. We need to deploy, operate, and then monitor we need to do. Right on. So again, I am going to upgrade from Paytm application version 2 to Paytm application version 3. Paytm application version 3. So in the version 2, totally how many services I am having? I am having 7 services. So in the version 3, totally I am having 10 services. Totally I am having 10 services. So old 7, 3 new. Old 7, 3 new. So again to create 3 new features, what I need to do, guys? I need to do the plan, I need to do the code, build, as well as test. And also we need to do deploy, operate, and then monitor we need to do. So as we can see here, when the versions are increasing, this loop is repeating. When the versions are increasing, this loop is repeating. So that's the reason our DevOps has never ending process. Our DevOps has never ending process. So example, I have taken the Paytm, guys, but as we are using the number of applications daily, so we are using the WhatsApp, we are using the Twitter, Instagram, Phone Pay, Google Pay. So even Chat GPT, so DeepSeek, Copilot. So all are the AIs, right? All are the AIs. So these AIs are also handled by the DevOps team. Are also handled by the DevOps team. So remember, without DevOps, there is no even single application in the market. So just try to imagine, without WhatsApp, do we can able to survive? Without WhatsApp, do we can able to survive? No, right? Without a phone pay, can't imagine. So that's the reason here DevOps has very, very importance in the IT industry. Without DevOps, there is no application. So then next. So after this, what we are having? We are having the waterfall methodology. What we are having here? We are having the waterfall methodology. So as we are moving from waterfall methodology to the DevOps model, DevOps model. So in the waterfall model, ultimately we are having some drawbacks, right or not? We are having some drawbacks in the waterfall model. Now, what was the drawbacks? Let me tell you. So let's say initially, this is me. This is me. So initially, my water was at here. My water was at here. So after some time, my water was at here. After some time, my water was at here. Now, my question is, did my water will go up again? Did my water will go up? No, right? So ultimately, no. In the same manner, this is the waterfall model workflow. This is a waterfall model workflow. So if you have failed in the verification part, you have failed in the verification part, you can't go back to the implementation phase. You can't go back to the implementation phase. So if you have failed in the implementation phase, you can't go back to the designing part. You can't go back to the designing part. So ultimately, we can't go back to the previous step. We can't go back to the previous step. So once we are, this was the drawback that are present in waterfall model. And also, let's say to come to the verification part, it has been taken 3 years of time. Has been taken 3 years of time. So totally we have wasted our time, right or not? Totally we have wasted our time. And also, for these 3 years of time, I need to provide the salaries for the developers. I need to provide the salaries for the developers. So totally we have wasted our money as well. So this was a drawback that are present in waterfall model. This was a drawback that are present in waterfall model. So to overcome this drawback, we are having the agile model. What we are having? We are having the agile model. So what is meant by agile model as well as agile methodology? So let's say this is my Paytm application. So in this Paytm application, I am having a 15 services. Let us try to split 5, 5 and then 5. So dividing the larger application into the parts and releasing them as a sprint. Dividing the larger application into the parts and releasing them as a sprint are nothing but the agile methodology. So now again, what is meant by sprint? So sprint is nothing but a timeline. What was the sprint here? Sprint is nothing but a timeline. So what about the drawbacks? So in the agile methodology, if you have failed in the test part, you can go back to the build phase. So if you have failed in the build phase, you can go back to the designing part. So once we are moving to the previous step, so ultimately we can save our time. And also we can save our money as well. So what are the drawbacks that are present in waterfall model has been resolved in the agile method. Has been resolved in the agile methodology. So clear for all of you about the agile methodology? So just try to confirm in chat box online. So offline you can speak. Great. So after this, what we are having? We are having the DevOps history. What we are having here? We are having the DevOps history. So see here, DevOps was oriented in the year of 2008. In which year? 2008. But what I have said? I have said 2009, right? So actually DevOps was come in the year of 2009 only. Just orientation was happened in the year of 2008. So originally it was the discussion between two people. Who are they? Patrick DBS as well as Andrew Clay. What was the discussion means? So once our application has been failed in the server, so there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. Right. So what if break this confusion? What if break this confusion? So that was the discussion happened between development team as well as operational team. Next. So in the year of 2009, after this discussion, in the year of 2009, they held a summit at Belgium. So what was the summit? Means, so what if DevOps comes into the market? What if DevOps comes into the market? So that was a discussion happened between, that was a summit happened at Belgium in the year of 2009. Next. In the year of 2014, the annual state DevOps report was published. So after this summit, DevOps has introduced. So after this summit, DevOps has introduced. So in the year of 2014, they published the annual state of DevOps report. So DevOps is booming in the world. So this was the coming future. So like they have submitted a report. So now next. So if DevOps had a birth certificate, then the father would be Patrick DBS. The father would be Patrick DBS. So ultimately, he is the inventor of DevOps. So ultimately, he is the inventor of DevOps. Who is he, guys? Patrick DBS. Next. So after this, what we are having? We are having the tools we used in DevOps. What we are having here? We are having the tools we used in DevOps. So this is going to be the very important slide. So what type of tools we are having and what type of tools we are going to be learn. So we are going to discuss in this slide. So it was very important slide. So just try to concentrate more on this. So this is going to be the development tools. So this is going to be the operational team tools. So here we are having the number of tools. What we are going to learn and what we are having. Let us try to see. So the first so in the SDLC, the first stage is about the plan, right? The SDLC, the first phase is about the plan. Now, what is meant by, I mean to say, for the planning purpose, we are not having any tool, and also we are not going to learn any tool. We are not having any tool, and also we are not going to learn any tool. So why we are not having any tool means, so actually this was the discussion, right? So what type of application we are going to be create, what type of services we are going to be implement. So how many developers we are going to be implement, what type of technology we are going to use. So this is all about the plan. So for the planning purpose, there is no tool. We are not going to learn any tool. We are not going to learn any tool. So then next. So after plan, what we are having? We are having the code. What we are having here? We are having the code. So at the end, who will write the code, guys? Development. Right on. At the end, who will write the code? Development team. So after writing the code, we need to save that code, right? We need to save that code. We need to track that code. We need to track that code. So to save that code, I mean to say to track that code, we are having the number of tools. We are having the Git, Subversion, Zira. But what we are going to learn, we are going to learn Git, we are going to learn Git, GitHub, as well as Azure repos. We are going to be learning. Okay. We are going to learn Git, GitHub, Azure repos. So after code, what we are having? We are having the build. We are having the build. Now, to build our code, we are having the Maven and as well as Gradle. Maven and as well as Gradle. But what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about the Maven. We are going to learn about Maven. So and Gradle, all are the old tools, guys. And Gradle, all are the old tools. So after build, what we are having? We are having the test. So at the end, who will do test, guys? So ultimately, testers will do test, right or not? So what type of tools they are going to use? So they are going to use like Selenium, Zenit. So they are having a number of tools. So forgot about this phase. Why? Because we are not going to involve in the testing. So after test, what we are having? We are having the deploy. So to deploy our code, we are having the number of tools. So we are having the Docker, Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, SaltStack, as well as Ansible. We are having the Docker, Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, SaltStack, as well as Ansible. But what we are going to learn, we are going to learn Docker as well as Ansible. Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, SaltStack. Nowadays, no one is using. All are using the Docker as well as Ansible. So remember, whatever the in-demand tool in the market we are having, we need to learn that tools. Right. So that's the reason we are going to learn the Docker as well as Ansible for the deploy. So after deploy, what we are having, guys? We are having the operate. So to operate our code, nothing but the application, we are having again Docker as well as Ansible. And also it was very important tool. So without this tool, there is no DevOps engineer. Nothing but the Kubernetes. Nothing but the Kubernetes. So in our course, we are going to learn Docker as well as Kubernetes very, very in depth. Okay. We are going to learn Docker as well as Kubernetes very in depth. Next, so after operate, what we are having here? We are having the monitor. What we are having? We are having the monitor. So to monitor our application, we are having the ELK, Splunk, Nagios. But these all are the old tools, guys. These all are the old tools. But what we are going to learn? We are going to learn the Prometheus as well as Grafana. Prometheus as well as Grafana. In our course, we are going to learn. So it was very important tool. So nowadays it was trending tool as well. So in our course, we are going to learn Prometheus and Grafana. Next. For the integration, so this is completely about the SDLC, right? Plan, code, build, test, deploy, operate, and then monitor. So to entire SDLC process, to automate this one, we are having the integration tool called Jenkins. So for the Jenkins alternatives, we are having the Bamboo Hudson. So nowadays, no one is using Bamboo Hudson. All are using the Jenkins. So in our sessions, we are going to learn Jenkins. So clear for all of you what type of tools we are having and what we are going to learn? So online, just try to confirm in chat box so that I can. So guys, so that's it from mine for today. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. మన doubts ఉంటే అడగచ్చు. Any doubts from this class? First of all, session clear for all of you. So అర్థమైందా? Speak separately. Yeah, you can contact to the admin team, so they are going to connect with. So okay then. Bye all. Have a nice day. So our admin team will you contact you very soon. Okay then. Bye all. Have a nice day.